broader markets have witnessed a strong amount of upmove. So it is multiple negative news flow continues to drive the stock lower. But if you look at on the support basis, it has been continuously making those support areas near to those 115, 120 band. On the higher side, if it crosses those 135 and 37 bracket, then we could witness a sharp amount of upmove. He is in completely in the money in the stock, so we can continue to hold on. If he wants, he can keep a trailing stop of 115 on the downside. If 115 is breached, then he can exit the position.
Now, viewers, just a gentle reminder, you can call us on the numbers flashing on your screen, and you can also write to us on WhatsApp. But we do urge you to take note and call us so that we can take your calls live and answer your queries. And let's move on to the next WhatsApp query. We have Jai Kishan, who's written to us on WhatsApp from Gwalior. He holds 1,000 shares of Anupam Rasayan at 800 rupees a piece. Now, the company manufactures specialty chemicals, and the stock has seen cuts of over 30% in the last 1 year, and also has a very high PE ratio of 114 as compared to its peers. So, Vikas, what's your take on this particular stock? How do you feel about it?
Well, in fact, the whole chemical space is not doing pretty well. In fact, Anupam Rasayan also leads to the front. Some amount of minor pullback was been witnessed, but it has been pretty short-lived. Volumes are also not so supporting great into the stock. So it's better to exit the stock and invest into some of the proceeds. That would be my view.
Okay, so that's a sell on this one. Let's pick up another question that we are getting from Patna. This is Navendu Sharma, who's written to us. He's got 110 stock shares of Tata Tech, and he's got it at 897 a piece. He's asking for a medium to long-term view, and also wants to know if he should be adding more shares at the current price. Now, the stock, of course, has been in a bear grip. It fell about 24% from its recent highs at 1,200 rupees. Let's get a view now on this from Vikas. Vikas, I know, he's looking for a medium to long-term view, so maybe you can help us with what the charts are looking like. And he also wants to know if he should buy more. So what's your advice to him?
If you look at it, has very limited history. The stock just got listed last year, almost near the same levels. It had a blockbuster listing, more than 1130, 1350 was the high. And now from there on, the stock has declined and almost near to its IPO price. So we believe some bottom of formation has been taken in place into the stock. So if he's holding the stock, he can continue to hold on. And in fact, he can add more, because if you look at if the stock moves ahead, it would have a strong amount of upmove near to 1,030 to 1,050. So a good 20-25% upmove would be expected. So he can continue to hold and add further at these declines.
Okay, got that. So it's a hold on Tata Technologies. And viewers, with that, we have our fundamental guest also joining us. Hi, Vineet. Welcome to the show. And now let's take another query. We are getting Vishwanath on the call. Hi, Vishwanath.
Hello.
Hello, Vishwanath. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Vishwanath. Vishwanath is joining us on the call from Chennai. Please go ahead with your question.
I want to know about Supriya Life Sciences.
Okay. Please go ahead. Can you explain more on your question, please?
Yeah.
So how many shares of Supriya Life Sciences do you hold?
100 shares.
Okay, okay. I think I'm going to take his query. The voice was not very clear. So he holds 100 shares of Supriya Life Sciences at 770 a piece, and the stock is currently trading around 772. And the stock has seen sort of an upward momentum from August onwards, but it was down in trade around 0.87% today. So, Vineet, let's take your technical aspect on this particular stock. What do you feel about this pharmaceutical company?
So I think they are into very specialty products which are extremely high margin, and the Chinese market has improved. They've diversified significantly to reduce the reliance on China. And so we think that the stock should do well, but at current valuations, I think there is not too much room for upside.
Okay. All right, let's take up another WhatsApp query, I think that's coming in from Hyderabad. This is a Cumbria who's written to us. He's holding 100 shares of Wipro at 285 now. He wants to know if he should be adding more at the current rate, and he's looking for a one-year time frame. Of course, Wipro is one of the worst performers in the Nifty index today. It plunged nearly 3% at close. So that is perhaps why the viewer is looking to add some more stock. So let's get in a quick view from both are analysts on this one. Vikas, would you like to go first on the charts? How's it looking, and is it a good time for the viewer to add more?
Well, if you look at the stock has not done anything great. No doubt some amount of buzz was being created ahead of the bonus. And post-bonus, if you look at the stock, is just grinding down from those 310, 315 levels. Today, it saw a good amount of sell-off and profit booking. So we believe the stock could see further corrective action near to 275, 280. So if it corrects another 3 to 5% near to 275 odd, then that would be a good opportunity to add.
Okay, and Vinith, hi, thank you for joining us. Is that a view that you endorse as well?
For me, the dip that has come in the Wipro is not a very encouraging sign. You would have expected the stock to have remained relatively firm prior to the earnings. So the sell-off that is happening is a little worrisome. We need to see how the numbers will pan out.
Okay, I got that. Now we have Amol joining us on the call from Noida. Hi Amol, good evening. Can you hear me? Amol, are you on the call? Okay, I think we've lost his phone connection. Okay, great. Hi Amol, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, so I bought 30 shares of Mphasis at around 2820.
Okay.
And I just wanted to know, what will be the short-term view on this stock and when should I exit?
Okay, so Amol, when exactly did you purchase these 30 shares at 2820?
Yeah, this last week only.
Last week, so it's a very decent purchase. Yeah. Did you read anything about
so
Mphasis?
Actually, yeah, Mphasis, I think it is a good stock, and as IT stocks were going in correction, so I thought it will be a good risk-reward ratio. So I bought Mphasis.
Okay.
And from last 2 days, it is just going around 2915, and then it is again correcting, retracing. So I just wanted to know, what will be the short-term view on this?
Okay, okay. So, Vikas, let's take this question to you. Our viewer holds 30 shares of Mphasis at 2820. He purchased them last week. So, it's a very recent purchase that he's done. And the stock has seen an upward momentum since June onwards. Now, but also has been a very volatile stock. So, do you recommend him to hold on to this stock from a long-term perspective, or what do you suggest in the short term as well?
Well, if you look at the investor theories of short term, and the stock has not done anything great over the past few days, some profit booking has been witnessing into the IT sector in today's trade. If you look at the broader momentum, we are seeing some amount of weakness. So you should believe exit the stock and invest into something other better sector which are gaining some amount of momentum.
Okay, we've got another caller joining us from Chennai. He's on the phone line. Hi, Srinivas.
Yes, madam. Good evening, madam.
Good evening, Srinivas. Please go ahead with your question. How can we help you?
Yeah, madam. I bought KPIT shares of 170 with the cost of 1474.
And
Is
when
it good for short term and long term?
Just give us a bit of a backgrounder. When did you buy these, and was there a thought process?
Last week, madam.
Okay,
last
so that's
week, and I thought that it's a good fundamental company. That's why.
okay. And you want to hold it for the medium term? Is that it?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay, so so the stock essentially has been on a downward trend since mid-October, but let's go across first to Vinith on this one. Vinith, what's your sense on the fundamentals of KPIT? How does it look to you? The viewer has bought it a week ago and wants to hold it for some time.
I think they should definitely hold on to this stock. We expect good growth from the company in the long run, and there is nothing that is to be considered negative around this. So a very value buy from my perspective.
Now we'll take a WhatsApp query from Ram. He's written to us from Hyderabad. He holds 44 shares of Hindalco at an average price of 676. Now the company is currently trading at 590 levels, and if you can also put up the chart and see how it's performed today, it has seen a strong downside in the past couple of months. You can also see the red chart on your screen. Now, given the bearish pattern, would you suggest a hold or a sell on this? And this question is to you, Vikas.
Yeah, so if you look at no doubt the metal space has been looking weak and the way the aluminum prices have declined into the US markets too, the futures, so some amount of more pressure cannot be ruled out. So the stock can witness further corrective action near to those 570, 565 odd levels. So it's better to exit and wait for some amount of decline to re-enter again.
Okay, let's go across to Amit now, and he's calling us from Hyderabad. Hi, Amit. How are you doing this evening, and how can we help you?
Yeah, hi. My name is Amit. I'm doing good. Thank you for taking the call.
And how can we help you?
My question is, I have Mazagon Dock shares, 208 shares, bought at 86 rupees. So my view is long term. So just wanted to know the view.
So 86 rupees. So you're sitting on a tidy bit of profit already over there, and Mazagon Docks has been on the upswing since I think June, July. Let me and you want to hold it for the long term?
Yeah. I have a long term view of about 8 to 10 or 15 years.
Okay, great. So, Vinit, what's your sense on Mazagon Docks? It's one of those defense sector stocks that has done really well in the past. And with the budget coming, what's your sense?
No, see, defense is going to come back in its own. And we are expecting very strong order flows to continue. So we would be buyers on the stock.
Okay. And Vikas, what's your sense on this particular stock?
We can continue to hold on because its purchase price is pretty negligible. The stock has just gone for a stock split. So some amount of consolidation would happen. Then again, it would march its up move. So you can continue to hold on for a higher target of 2850 to 3000 levels over the next 6 to 9 months.
Okay, got that. Now we have Akhilesh calling us from Solapur. Hi, Akhilesh.
Yeah.
Please go ahead with your question, Akhilesh.
So I have purchased at the average of 200 shares of Aditya Birla Fashion Limited. I am a long-term investment. Can I hold for long-term? It's a good.
Okay. Akhilesh, since the stock is currently trading around 280, I'd like to ask you, when exactly did you purchase these 200 shares?
6 months ago, 6-7 months ago.
6 months ago. Okay. Vikas, I'll take this question to you. Akhilesh holds these shares of Aditya Birla Fashion at 280, and as he mentioned, he bought these at 280 level 6 months back as well. So overall, the stock has been range bound in the past 6 months. How do you see the outlook of this particular stock in the future, because he's a long-term investor?
We can continue to hold on because the retail part of the story continues to look pretty promising. No doubt the stock has witnessed strong amount of move from 200 to 400 levels, and then now it has been witnessing correction. So some amount of corrective action has been already taken place. We expect a strong amount of move from here on, which to move high near to 310 to 320. So you can add on or you can continue to hold his old investments.
Okay, let's go across. Before I take up a WhatsApp query, I'd just like to remind our viewers that we are continuously taking your calls live on Ask Profit. So do feel free to call us on the numbers that are flashing on your screens, and we will make sure that our experts answer all your questions about, your investments that you're currently holding and would like a view on. So do call us. Let me take a next question that came in from Hyderabad earlier. Now, this is Narayan Swami. He's holding 200 shares of Infibeam at 30 rupees a piece. He bought it a year ago, and he wants to know whether he should be holding it. Well, the stock currently trading at about 26 rupees, so not seeing much of an upside on that one. But let me go across to Vikas on this one. Vikas, what's your sense on this stock? Because it's been range bound for quite some time now.
That the structure is not so great. It continues to trade in a pretty narrow range of those 26 to sub 30 odd levels. On the downside, good support of near to 23.5. But nothing exciting, looks pretty promising. So you can exit the stock.
Okay, and now we will take up another WhatsApp query written to us from Aman. Aman hails from Bengaluru, and he holds 100 stocks of Kalyan Jewellers at 740 a piece. Now, this particular jewelry counter has risen close to 60% in the past 1 month and has performed relatively better in 2024 and now currently trades at 780 levels. So, Vineet, what's your perspective on Kalyan Jewellers, and if you can also talk about jewelry stocks, because they're pretty cyclic in nature as far as their returns are concerned on the stock market?
So, there are a couple of trends that are playing out positively for the jewelry sector. One is that the demand from organized retail is growing very rapidly, while the unorganized pop and mom stores are losing share. That augurs very well for people like Kalyan Jewellers, who are, setting up almost 150 franchisee outlets. Now, because of the very fact that they're facing setting up franchisee outlet means that, when they give stock to the franchisee, obviously it comes at a discount. So the margins are lower. And we are going to see their revenues grow at a very healthy pace, but their margins are going to, for the next couple of years, dip to around 4.5%. With that kind of scenario, we believe that the stock uh, is not expected to do much from the net profit levels of FY24 going through into FY27. So you're going to see relatively flat performance. And to my mind, all this is already captured into the price. So given this fact, I think stocks like Senco Gold, PN Gargil look very, very good from or better stocks with the risk reward ratio that I just highlighted to you.
Okay, let's take a question that's come in from Ambika. She's written to us from Ramnad, and she's wanting to have a view on Coforge. She's holding about 80 stocks at the price of 5,040. Now, she hasn't really told us when she bought it or whether she's looking for a long-term or a short-term view, but she wants to know if she should hold or sell it, because I guess she's sitting on a tidy bit of profit on that one. The stock is, of course, currently trading at 9,669 levels. It's seen a significant upside. Let me go across to Vinit on this one, as well as Vikas, both of you. Vinit, would you like to go first on the fundamentals of this company?
One of the stocks which has outperformed this quarter compared to the rest of the software services businesses. And we think that the trend is going to be in place for quite some time. So we would recommend the client to hold on to this stock.
And Vikas, is that something that you'd also agree with as far as Coforge is concerned?
Yeah, it is making higher tops and it's continuously making new 52-week highs. So we can continue to hold on the stock. And if he wishes, if he has some amount of, and he can exit some partial holdings to his and recoup his some amount of his capital.
Okay. And now we will take Gul's query. He's written to us on WhatsApp. He wants to buy shares of Larsen & Toubro, and I think he's looking at holding these stocks of L&T for a period of 1 year. So he's asking at what price should he buy these stocks. Now, L&T, of course, is an infra company, and the government, with its focus on infrastructure, a lot more people are investing in infra counters. So, Vineet, let's take this question to you. What do you think about L&T? Because he's asking if he should invest. Is it currently the right time to invest in this particular stock? And also, if you could also suggest a couple of other counters in this space.
Yeah, so L&T is definitely pedigree stock to buy, given the fact that they've got a very good order book, execution has been picking up, and their core business has been doing really well. Having said that, we believe that the smaller stocks offer very good upside compared to L&T. There is one stock particularly which is called PSP Projects that we like, and we think that from current valuations there can be significant upside given their very strong execution and order book that they have.
Okay, understood. And Vikas, do you echo that view as well? What do you think about L&T from a technical perspective?
Yeah, he can add at current levels, because if you look at the structure, looks pretty promising. The buyback was near to 3,200, 3,300. It has never declined below that price. And on the higher side, it made a top near to 4,200 odd and then again declined. So the structure looks pretty promising. It can add at current levels for a target of around 4,000 plus over the next 3 to 6 months.
Before we go on to our next viewer query, we'd just like to remind our viewers that we are continuing to take your calls live, so do call us, and you can make those calls on the numbers that are flashing on your screen. Our experts are with us and will be answering all your questions about the investments that you'd like to either make or have already made and want to view on. Let's take in a question that is coming from Trishur, and Satya has written to us asking for a long-term view on Shalby. Not very detailed this query is, but just asking for a view on it. So just to tell our viewers that Shalby, of course, has been giving a good profit growth of 20% CAGR over the last 5 years, and currently at trading at the levels of 238 rupees. So since he wants a long-term view, let me go across to Vinith on this one. Vinith, what's your sense on this?
See, they're a very young, fledgling and exciting business. They have significant capacity unutilized. Despite that, at very low capacity utilizations, their profitability is one of the highest in the sector. Additionally, they have this composite business for their orthopedic implants, and that over the next few years is expected to do very well. We are strong buyers of this stock and believe that this stock can easily cross 500 rupees over the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay, and now we have Madhav joining us on the call from Hyderabad. Hi Madhav, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Please go ahead with your question, Madhav.
Yeah, I am holding JSW Infra around 600 shares.
Okay.
An average of 222 rupees.
Okay.
Can I hold it for long term, and can I add more also?
Understood, Madhav. Before I take this question to our guests, I'd like to understand when exactly did you purchase these shares and why?
It's the last 1 year I'm purchasing.
Okay.
Some of them are based, some are on. Whenever there is a dip, then I'm buying more.
Okay, so you have been aggregating these 600 shares from the past 1 year?
Yeah.
Okay, understood. Let's take this question to you, Vineet. Vineet, JSW Infra share price recently got an upgrade from Motilal Oswal as a brokerage sees multiple tailwinds for growth, including capacity expansion, expectations of a higher market share, and also strong volume growth trajectory. And now that Madhav has also been aggregating these stocks, 600 shares is a vast amount of shares that he holds in this company. What would your suggestion to Madhav be?
Just hold on to it, the profits are going to just flow into this kitty, and this stock should do very well over the long term.
Okay, and now we'll take up another query. Abu has written to us from Madurai. He holds 1,000 shares of NFL at 130 apiece. He's asking for he's asking if he should hold on to this particular counter or sell. Now, there's no detail as to when he bought these 1,000 shares, or did he aggregate them, or was it a one shot? So let me shoot this question to you, Vikas. What is your take on NFL, and are 1,000 shares a healthy amount of purchase for this particular counter?
He can continue to hold on to his investment, because if you look at the fertilizer space, it's looking attractive. Some amount of strong price action and volume breakout has happened into the other shares, not in national fertilizer. But we expect the follow-up action to come through. It is at its band of a particular band of averages, and the breakout would move the higher to near to 140, 145 over the next 3 months. So you can add on and hold on to the stock.
All right. We are going to slip into a very short break here on Ask Profit, but we are continuing to take your queries live, so do write into us. You can also call us on the numbers flashing. Stay with us on NDTV Profit.
On my face. Chalo, chalo, chalo.
How do you define a disruptor?
The idea was, why should we charge differently? We should probably charge the same.
Was the idea to change things around?
People would be scared to put 50,000 rupees with us, right? But today, we have customers who put 500 crores with us.
What was your biggest challenge?
We did not have enough money. in the bank to even meet the payroll.
What are the lessons that you've learned from the mistakes that you saw being made?
Didn't want to dilute their stake and therefore, ran out of cash.
Think you know what success looks like? Think again. Meet the disruptors, those who dare, dream, and defy.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What's the picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know Your Company, powered by NDTV Profits Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers. Know Your Company at 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, only on NDTV Profit.
We set you up for the day's trade. 30 calls before the markets open on NDTV Profit.
Jubilant Food above a 600 level on Friday.
Wipro can be first trade to buy
all commodities, but in that Vedanta looks good.
Our experts give you the top stock ideas to prepare you for the day.
ICICI Lombard stocks hit the first target. It has given a very good momentum with good volume.
Don't miss the chance to make the right moves. Only on NDTV Profit, where winners are made before the bell rings. Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
On my face.
How do you define a disruptor?
The idea was, why should we charge differently? We should probably charge the same.
What's the idea to change things around?
People would be scared to put 50,000 rupees with us, right? But today, we have customers who put 500 crores with us.
What was your biggest challenge?
Did not have enough money in the bank to even meet the payroll.
What are the lessons that you've learned from the mistakes that you saw being made?
Didn't want to dilute their stake and therefore, ran out of cash.
Think you know what success looks like? Think again. Meet the disruptors, those who dare, dream, and defy.
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit on NDTV Profit, and we are continued to be joined by Vinit Bulunjkar, who's joining us on the fundamentals, and Vikas Jain is joining us on the technicals. Thank you very much for being with us, both of you. Let's go straight across to Srinivas, who's calling in from Hyderabad. Hi, Srinivas. How can we help you?
Hi, good evening to the team. I want to know about the Lupin Limited. I'm holding the 55 shares at 1855 rupees. So now the price is around 2,300. So can I book a profit or wait till Q3 results get out?
And just a quick question, when did you buy these?
I purchased, I have started purchasing around 1 year, from 1 year. So now the average is at 1855.
Yeah, and it is at its 52-week high. So you're already sitting on some amount of profit. So I'm going to take this one first to Vinit. Vinit, what's your sense on Lupin? It's one of the better performing companies in the pharmaceutical space. And also broadly, do you have any other recommendations in that space?
So we like this one, Strides Pharmaceuticals. We think we have coverage on that, and we think that there's a ability to double from here over the next couple of years. So we are definitely recommending that stock uh, among the generics. Others we like Eris Life Sciences, which is a domestic focused drug manufacturer. Natco Pharma is a very good stock from the the CDMO space. We like uh, pharmacy. Uh, so here Lupin has also been a decent performer, and this will also definitely do well. But the other three stocks that I spoke to you about are clearly going to be outliers in terms of performance.
And Vikas, the viewer actually was wanting to understand if he should hold on to Lupin or make some profits and let it go because it was at its high today. What's your sense?
We can continue to hold on because if you look at the news flow continues to remain positive. The stock is making higher tops and higher bottom structure on the daily charts and the monthly charts. It has also crossed its multi-year high to those 20 to 50 levels. So we believe some consolidation that will be there, but if eventually the stock would move high near to 2550, 2600, so you can continue to hold on.
Okay, so it's a hold on Lupin, and now we have Kiran on the call from Delhi. Hi Kiran, good evening.
Very good evening.
Good evening. Is it cold over there?
Yes, I can. Oh, it's very, very cold. No. The temperature is dipping down. It's all fog around here. So it's very, very difficult to drive. Madam, at the outset, it is very, very good evening to you. And
Good
a very,
evening.
very happy new year.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah. Actually, at the outset, I don't want to thank you. That only a couple of occasions that I called, and both the times my call were taken. And very good suggestions that you gave to me.
It's our pleasure.
So now,
Please go ahead.
My question is this, that I have these 800 shares of Premier Energy at 1,000 rupees. I bought it on the day of listing. Okay. So my question to you is this, that should I hold on to these shares until budget time? So when can I, so that I expect something good in budget? Or should I book my profit and shift to something else?
Okay, I got your question, Kiran. I'll take this question to Vineet. Vineet, Premier Energies has seen a change in the range it was trading in the major part of 2024. In fact, it currently trades at 1,325 levels, almost 300 plus from the levels that Kiran bought these shares at. So what is your prediction of this particular counter? And as he said, should he wait till the budget?
See, the company, all the solar cell manufacturers are now moving into value addition. So they're all looking at setting up hydrolyzers or getting into value added into hydrogen production, etc. Or also getting into, power generation. So to that extent, I believe that Premier Energies is also transitioning in the similar direction. And since they're doing a lot of value addition, I would recommend him to be invested in this stock and hold on for the long term.
Okay, so let's now go across to Prasad. I think he's calling us from Rajmandi. Hi, Prasad.
Hi, madam. I have bought CG Power at 735 rupees last week. So okay. I want to hold this for 3 years because company is going to enter into semiconductor as was said. So what is the outlook of this company for 3 years perspective?
From the 3 years perspective, okay. Yes. So you're very clear that you want to hold it for some time, and we're going to go to Vinit on this one. Vinit, the viewer is pretty, keen on this stock because he feels that it's going to go into the semiconductor space, and that's going to be one of the businesses of the future. What's your sense on it? Should he hold on to it?
Definitely, he should hold on to it, and I believe that this stock should do really well going ahead.
And would you agree with that one, Vikas, and any other recommendations in this particular sector?
Yeah, you can continue to hold on because if you look at this stock has done pretty well for the past few years. The news flow remains positive. Post the addition into the F&O segment, the volume participation has also increased. We believe the stock would continue to move higher near to 850 to 880 odd levels over the next 3 months.
Okay, so it's a hold on CG Power, and viewers, you can continue to call us on the numbers that's flashing on your screen, and you can also write to us on WhatsApp, but we do urge you to call so that we can take your calls live and get our experts to answer them. And now we have a WhatsApp query written to us from Abhishek. He hails from Hyderabad and holds around 300 shares of Acme Solar at 261 a piece. Is it 1,000 shares? 3,000 shares. Okay, 3,000 shares of Acme Solar Holdings. That's a lot of shares. And now, so Vineet, I'll take this question to you again because although he's not mentioned whether he wants a long-term perspective or a short one, but ROE of the stock is pretty low at 5.48%, and plus the stock has been, you know, in a downward trend since at least December of last year. So, what's your sense on this particular counter?
So we don't track Acme Solar, so I do not want to volunteer my opinion on that.
Okay, not a problem. Let's take Vikas. Vikas, do you have an opinion on this particular counter?
The listing history has been pretty short. If you look at the stock just got listed in the first week of December, but it has not made any attempt to move higher. So it's better to exit on rallies in the range of around 255 to 260 if it happens.
Okay, so let's take another question that we are getting from Pune now. We know this written to us about SBFC. He holds about 1,000 shares at 87.50. Wants near to a long-term view now. This is, of course, one of the NBFCs. It is among, you know, the good MSMEs, the well-performing ones. So let's get a view from Vinith on this one first. Vinith, what's your sense on SBFC? The view hasn't written about when he bought it, but he's holding, you know, 1,000 shares, so that's quite a number.
Yeah, so I think it's a very decent company, having aggressive growth prospects, and you know, catering especially to the MSME space. So I think that this is a great stock to buy, but at these valuations, I think it's a little on the pricey side. Would look to buy this stock around 75 to 80 rupee range.
Okay. Now we have Yashwin who called us, but we unfortunately couldn't connect to him. I'll take up his query. He holds, so firstly, he comes from Rajkot and he holds 10,000 shares of Indian Oil Corporation at 80 rupees a piece. Now that's a pretty attractive price to buy at because the stock currently trades around 130, but it recently broke its range in which it was trading. So it was trading in the range of 180 to 160 for major portion of last year. But towards December, that's after October, it fell as much as 130 rupees on the charts. However, given Ashwin's position, I think he's in a great bit of profit. So, Vineet, I'll take this question to you. What's your sense on IOC, and should he book profits or be patient and hold for, you know, a longer time?
I think you should hold on to this stock. It has corrected substantially and it should do well going ahead. So since he's held on for it so long, I think it makes sense to be invested in this.
Okay, let's go across to Ravi Kumar, who's joining us from Hyderabad. Hi, Ravi, how can we help you, and good evening?
Hi, madam. I'm Ravi Kumar from Hyderabad.
Yes, please go ahead with your question.
Sir, madam, I want to inquire about RVNL. So actually, I'm looking for the shares. I bought 63 shares in different time periods, like 177, 157, and recently 570. That price. The average price is 365 rupees.
So the average price you said was?
365 rupees now.
365. Okay.
So. From 2023, 11th September onwards, I'm holding these stocks at average price 177 rupees.
Okay. So, you want to keep holding the stock for a while?
Yes, madam. Actually, I want to continue with this stock. But in spite of getting all major orders to the company, the price is not at all moving upwards. And I have seen the price at 600 level also. But why it is not moving forward? Whether I want to continue with the stock or should I square off all this?
Okay. This is a question that we can go across to Vinith. For Vinith, he's wondering why it's not going up as he hopes it should. I think he's holding it at an average of 177, so that's already a tidy bit of profit that he's got on it. But what's your sense on RVNL?
I think it'll do well, but there is going to be a time correction to play out. And we will also be looking to see what the budget brings to us in terms of railway budgets. So on that, it will be a hold for the long term.
Okay, and Vikas, what's your advice? Because the viewer seems to wonder why it's not going up, as it does have a good order book. So what's stopping it?
Well, this stock has witnessed good amount of 6-month corrective action. It made a top near to 600 odd levels in July, and then it has been continuous decline. But it's holding on to its long-term and medium-term averages. So once the overall PSU basket starts moving and some positive announcement comes through in the budget, the stock could move higher. So we can exit near to 485, 500 odd levels.
Okay, and now we have a WhatsApp query written to us from Harsha Rao. He hails from Bengaluru and holds 1,000 shares of Indian Hotels at 500 rupees a piece. And he is asking for a long-term view on this particular counter. Now, Indian Hotels is trading at 870 rupees currently and has seen returns of 92% in the past 1 year. In fact, if you look at the charts, if we can pull up the 1-year chart, if that's possible, and see, it has been sustaining pretty well on the stock, on the stock exchanges, and has been very sustainably moving upwards. Now, Vineet, before I take this question to you, I'd like to also know your view on the hospitality space, also given the fact that a lot of attention is going to the ITC demerger also, where ITC is going to demerge its hotels arm. So a lot of concentration on hospitality, I must say.
Yeah, so we are very positive on the hospitality space, and the sector is getting increasingly organized, and there's deficiency of keys. So we think that this sector will do well, and especially over the next 3 to 4 years, once the Trump admin settles in, and all the negatives around the India story, all the political unrest which we keep seeing all the time, goes into the hibernation, we will see very strong travel as well as business related trips to India. And we see the occupancies moving up, profitability improving, and rates also going up. So all these augur well for the hotel industry. Indian Hotels continues to be one of our top picks despite its creamy valuation. It is adding 25% of the incumbent incremental capacity that is coming up, and they've got a blend of different category hotels for the different price points. So very well suited for a pure play on the hospitality segment.
Right, and 2025 does seem to, be adding a bit of upside on tourism as well. So that, according to Vinith, is a good hold. Let's go across to Ajay now, joining us from Jammu. Hi, Ajay.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, tell us how we can help you.
Yeah, actually, I purchased last month the shares of Adani Green, somewhere around 1,500. And I'm at a loss of 80,000 rupees overall. So I would like to know whether I should hold it or I should sell it.
All right, and you bought them last year, did I hear correctly?
No, last month.
Last month, okay. All right, so the stock has been a bit down and is trading currently at lower levels from what you bought it at. Let me go across to Vikas on this one. Vikas, he wants to know whether he should hold or sell it. I think he's looking to make a decision in the short term. So what's your sense, Vikas?
We can continue to hold on. No doubt some amount of volatility has been pretty high into this energy group related stocks, but the stock is forming good amount of bottom-up formation into those 1,000 levels and been holding on to despite the overall market crash over the last 1 month, the stock has outperformed and maintained its support of those 980, 990 odd. So when the stock crosses the higher band of 1,060, 1,080 odd, it would give a breakout to a higher side. So we can continue to hold on to his position.
All right, and Vinith, is that a view that you, would you like a view on this one?
So we are buyers of Adani stocks. Adani Green is a top pick 2,500 is our target. Recommend over a 2-year period to buy this stock aggressively.
All right, just to tell our viewers that NDTV is a subsidiary of AMG Media Networks and we are an Adani Group company.
Now we have Sanju joining us on the call. Hi Sanju, good evening. You're calling from Surat, right?
Yeah, madam, I am Sanjay from Surat.
Please go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I have Avenue Supermarket. The old name is DMart.
Right.
And I am holding 30 shares at the average rate of 1500.
Okay.
Yeah, and my question is today it make 12% high today.
Right, right.
So what should I do? If I have been advised, I can add some more counter in this share. Is it advisable or not? And I am a long-term investor.
Okay. Now, Sanju, when exactly did you purchase these 30 shares?
I think 2021.
2021.
Yeah,
okay.
More than 3 years ago.
Okay, okay. So, Vikas, let's take this question to you. Our viewer Sanju holds 30 shares of Avenue Supermart and he bought them at 1,500 rupees and currently the stock is trading around 4,100 levels. So that's a pretty attractive buy price because he's sitting on a substantial amount of profits, and plus as he also mentioned that the counter saw quite an uptrend today in intraday trading as well following the announcement of its strong quarterly results. So what's your take on this particular counter, and do you recommend Sanju to hold on to his shares of Avenue Supermart?
Yeah, he should hold on to his stock. We believe the stock should do pretty well. Look at, no doubt, some consolidation and correction has happened over the last 3 to 4 months. The way the price has moved up today, it would continue to fall with huge volumes, and the stock would move higher near to 5,200 to 5,500 band over the next 1 year. So he should continue to hold on, and if he wants to add, he can even add more.
All right, I think we've got another caller joining us from Chennai, Abhirami on the phone line with us. Hi Abhirami, how can we help you?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. It's lovely to finally have a female call us because we seldom get those calls.
Yes.
But please do go ahead with your question.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, sir. Sir, I'm holding on Bandhan Bank 100 shares. My LTP is 173, sir. With short term, can I hold or sell? Kindly give me your suggestions, sir.
Okay, so let's go straight across to Vikas on that one. She wants to know if she should hold or sell, so I'll let you take that one straight away.
Yes, sure. So no doubt the stock has not done anything great, but the way the share price is correcting and declining, I believe it's near to its long-term bottom of near to those 150, 152 odd levels, what it tested into March 2020 COVID close. So risk-reward ratio is favorable. It would continue to hold on. Some positive news flow with respect to the quarterly updates or results. The stock should move higher again back to 185 to 190 odd. So she can continue to hold on.
So that's a hold on Bandhan Bank. But Vinit, any sense or any stocks that you recommend in the banking sector per se?
So there are 2 stocks which are small cap that I would recommend. That is CUB and Bank of Maharashtra. So the perspective out here is that Bank of Maharashtra has best-in-class CASA, good growth margins, and tremendous buffer in terms of pre-provisioning that has been done of almost 1,000 crores, which will mean that their asset quality is going to be impeccable for some period of time. Definitely recommend a buy from the long-term point of view.
Okay, now it's a buy on Bank of Maharashtra, and we have Balamardhan calling us from Chennai. Hi, Balamardhan.
Good evening, madam. This is Balamardhan calling from Chennai.
Good evening.
Madam, actually, I'm holding Canara Bank, madam, 920 shares at the rate of 102, madam.
Okay.
I want to know about fundamental and technical, madam. Can I hold it for long term, madam?
So, Balamardhan, when did you buy these 920 shares of Canara Bank?
September, madam. Last year, September.
Last year, September. 2024 September, right?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay. And did you buy these shares together?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay. And did something trigger this purchase? Like, did you read something about the company?
last May, I think the share value has came down, madam, after the split. So I bought it that time, madam.
Okay, okay. So, Vikas, I'll first take this question to you because technically speaking, the stock price per se has seen a compound annual growth rate of just 9% in the past 1 year and 2% in the last 10 years. And I'm taking that perspective because our viewer is interested in a long-term view on it as well. So would you recommend him to hold on to his 920 shares of Canara Bank?
Yeah, he should definitely hold on. If you look at the stock has went into a price correction and a time correction, both since June or July when it went for a split. And now it has made a double bottom near to 93, 95 for levels and witnessing a strong amount of move. The PSU Bank Index also showed a strong amount of strength in today's trade. So we believe the stock could move higher near to 113 to 115 levels. So we can continue to hold.
Okay, let's go across to Mayapam, who's calling us from Tamil Nadu. Hi, Mayapam. How can we help you?
Yeah, I want to know about Bajaj Hindusthan, madam.
Okay, and give us a bit of more information on how many shares you hold and at what price did you buy there?
I bought at 1,000 rupees, 1,000 shares at 41 rupees.
Okay, so I can see on the charts that this has been pretty range bound. It's been trading between 42 to 30 rupees for a while now. So let me go across on this one. And you want a short-term view, I'm assuming.
Yeah, mostly in long term.
Long-term view. Okay, so Vinith, would you like to take this one?
Bajaj Hindusthan definitely should do. It's a turnaround story, and we believe that it should do well going ahead. If you hold it for a couple of years with UP elections coming up in 27, FY26 could be a very good year for this stock.
Okay. And now we have Ranjit Singh calling us from Mumbai. Hi, Ranjit. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Please ask away your question.
Yeah, I have a query regarding two stocks I'm holding. Okay. One is IDFC Bank and second is SJVN.
Did you say IDFC Bank?
Yes, IDFC First Bank.
IDFC First.
I'm holding this 2,000 shares at the rate 72 rupees.
Okay.
So and SJVN I'm having at the rate 135 rupees. Okay. What's the call?
Okay, Ranjit, I will be able to take up only one query because we are at a lack of time. So, Vineet, let's take this question to you. What's your take on our IDFC First Bank, because it has been seeing a downtrend on the charts in the past 1 year?
We continue to be non-committal on this stock because we are looking for some kind of positive triggers to play out. Currently, the fundamentals are valuing the stock fully, and hence we do not recommend a buy or a hold also on this stock as of now.
Okay, so we're going to quickly take all the callers that we have right now. Next question coming in from Gwalior. Hi, Jayshan, how can we help you?
Madam, namaskar, good evening.
Good evening.
हाँ मैडम, मेरे पास ना 1000 शेयर है RBL बैंक के 1000 शेयर है 225 रुपए के रेट पे।
और आप इनको होल्ड करना चाहते हैं? आप लॉन्ग टर्म व्यू चाहते हैं?
होल्ड कर सकते हैं जब तक प्रॉफिट नहीं होता।
जी, अभी तो ये स्टॉक बहुत इट्स नॉट रियली परफॉर्मिंग वेल,
बट लॉस हो रहा है, बहुत लॉस हो रहा है। मेरा लॉस कम करा दीजिए।
जी, लेट्स मी टेक दैट क्वेश्चन टू विनीत. विनीत, व्हाट्स योर सेंस ऑन RBL बैंक? द व्यूअर प्रीटी डिसअपॉइंटेड एट दिस पॉइंट एट लीस्ट.
Yeah, so we are not very enthused with the current performance of the company. So we would recommend him to actually exit this stock and get into some of the other stocks that we mentioned.
That you would quickly like to recommend?
In the private banking space, we like ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, and in the public sector space, if you want a large cap, you can look at SBI. And if you would like to play the small caps, we recommend CUB and Bank of Maharashtra.
Okay, and now we have Virendra calling us from Chandigarh. Hi, Virendra. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I have 30 shares of IndiGo Aviation, which I bought early in November, around 3940. Can it be held for long term?
I understood your question. I'll take this question to Vikas. Vikas, what's your perspective on IndiGo Aviation? He holds them at 3,940 a piece, and the stock is currently trading around 4,400 levels.
I can continue to hold on because the stock looks pretty promising. It has continuously delivered strong returns on a monthly various time frames. No doubt some volatility has emerged over the last few days, but we believe it is a good opportunity to hold. We expect 5,200 to 5,300 levels over the next 3 to 4 months.
All right, so we are completely out of time on Ask Profit. We'd like to thank both Vikas and Vinith for joining us this evening and taking out the time to answer our viewers' questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, with that, it is a wrap on Ask Profit this evening. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
On my face. Chalo, chalo, chalo.
How do you define a disruptor?
The idea was, why should we charge differently? We should probably charge the same.
Was the idea to change things around?
People would be scared to put 50,000 rupees with us, right? But today, we have customers who put 500 crores with us.
What was your biggest challenge?
We did not have enough money in the bank to even meet the payroll.
What are the lessons that you've learned from the mistakes that you saw being made?
Didn't want to dilute their stake and therefore, ran out of cash.
Think you know what success looks like? Think again. Meet the disruptors, those who dare, dream and defy.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What's the picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know Your Company, powered by NDTV Profits Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers. Know Your Company at 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, only on NDTV Profit.
We set you up for the day's trade. 30 calls before the markets open on NDTV Profit.
Jubilant Food above a 600 level on Friday.
Wipro can be first trade to buy
all commodities, but in that Vedanta looks good.
Our experts give you the top stock ideas to prepare you for the day.
ICICI Lombard stocks hit the first target. It has given a very good momentum with good volume.
Don't miss the chance to make the right moves. Only on NDTV Profit.